Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back for another TOS video. So we have Chaos, the Knife Seal boss, coming back once again as an ultimate stage. So back then it wasn't a very easy challenge, right? So same goes to this round as well, I believe, right? Just that we have a more variety of teams to use, right? So we have the Elf Perennials, so we have our Elf achievement as well as 3 or more attributes, right? So I'm not going to show the Monolight achievement because that's obviously Maya and I've done Maya previously. So if you guys want to check out the Maya gameplay, you can check out the old video, right? So Leader Ally Elf, 3 or more attributes, right? So here I'm going to feature Sakura, right? So Sakura is finally being put to use, right? We have been seeing a lot of Cornflower, a lot of Rose. We haven't seen much Sakura gameplay, right? So Sakura here is definitely the way to go for Chaos, right? If not, Rose would be the next viable option, right? So going through the battle once again, we have battle 1 with 3 mobs, no skill, right? So typically your storing stage. So here you can't really store that much, right? To the max maybe 3 turns, 2 to 3 turns, right? Because of Sakura's Sky Drop. So whatever you dissolve is bound to drop either fire or heart, right? Generating damage to the mob. So next up we have Gaia giving you a elf buff, and then after that she's gonna kill herself, right? So basically a buff stage for you guys. Okay, battle 3. We have our initial attack with fire spots, and then the fire spots are gonna grow as you drag the stage longer and longer, and then we have fixed mass runes on the board. Right, so let's take a look at have a quick look at our team members. We have the Cactus, we have Paper White for pretty much the sus for the Elf Perennials, right? And then we have Nyx, of course, Child of Chaos, as well as Andromeda. So Andromeda can be swapped out for something else. I think the rare should be pretty much there for damage buff. I believe Sakura team really needs it. Right, relatively low damage, right, but high sustainability for the gameplay, for Sakura's gameplay. Right, so next we have Feints with that 20% Tumbler Shield, right, as together with the initial attack plus Fire Spots. So this Fire Spot is one of the more sadistic Fire Spot. You can see that it starts to take up almost half the board. Right, so depending on where the initial hit starts, right, it's going to start to spread from there. So you can see mine is pretty much the center of the board, so that's not a very easy task to deal with, right? So here I have to spin to the best of my ability. So you can see that it starts on the center for me and it starts to spread outwards. So I don't really have much of a choice here, right, but to hold that, to complete that light hard combo, right? Hard combo at the bottom as well as the dark combo there. Right, so by dissolving dark or light, you generate heart runes, right? So that's gonna heal me back up and then of course take down the last chunk of HP. Second HP bar, we have the Crossfire Trails. So here it is optional, it depends on your board whether you want to turn on Andromeda or not. So for me, I kind of wasted it because I didn't manage to dissolve 3 attributes to maintain her active skill. So here, pretty much on all your buff, right, we have the Cactus, Paper White, to kind of generate more damage based on combos. So it's gonna take a while here, right, because I kind of lost the Andromeda active skill there, as you can see, right? And then here we're gonna have to do a bit of a grind battle, right? So as we move on to this stage, right, let me talk a bit more about Chaos. Right, so Chaos back then, pretty much the only viable team back then was Ophiuchus, right, as well as of course Maya. And so Maya is the very stable team. Ophiuchus is the more adventurous, fun team. Right, so of course other than Sakura team here, I'm going to be releasing a few more possible team clears. Right, hopefully you guys get your copy of Chaos this time, if you do not have Sakura. I know a lot of people will be asking in the comments below, what are the teams other than Maya, what are the teams other than Sakura, right? So having said that, there is still a very limited number of teams possible to clear Chaos, right? Basically because of Ether's overheal shield, right, which gives a heck ton of overheal damage to do in order to take her down. Right, so I doubt like Azatov is the powerhouse is gonna be a good team to use this time. Right, so let's head back to the battle. You can see here last chunk of Fane's HP, and with all this Sky Drop, that's definitely going to take down the rest of the HP. Right, so Andromeda, right, on it on your at your own risk, right? So anyway, CD5 is very easy to get her back. Right, so next we have Pontus. Pontus here is going to give you that healing trail, right? On top of that is 90% HP reduction. So typically no problem here, is pretty much storing stage, if you want to call it. So here you can just keep running over that heal path, right, that healing trail, right, to get you back to full HP, because here recovery is 0. Right, so technically here we'll run into a more lower attack multiplier, right? So you can see Sakura's leader skill here kind of is being compromised in a way, right? Because we have additional recovery for that additional multiplier for Sakura. Right, so next we have Erebus with the Heart Shield. So this is one of the more idiot-proof stage for Sakura, right? You have tons of Heart Rune and Sky Drop, and that's basically going to take down Erebus in 1 or 2 turns. But most likely 2 turns, right, if your Sky Drop is bad. In my case, I think that was just nice, right, to take off his first HP bar. Second HP bar, we have black and white runes, monochrome runes, as well as the vortex runes, plus 5 color shield. Right, so here there's a lot of skills to bypass. So you can activate Nyx to give you 5 colors, as well as, you know, return the board back to normal to counter the monochrome runes, right? And then with a spin, that should take down Erebus' second HP bar. Right, so far so good. I think this is not even the difficult part yet. Okay, so next battle we have 2-second movement time from the right mob, the water nymph there, and then the left one is going to give you 5 turns of recovery debuff, which is not really going to affect you at this point of time, right? The effect's going to kick in next at battle 8. So we have Ether here with that overheal shield that I mentioned just now. So here, other than that overheal shield to counter, we have weathered runes, right? So you have to dissolve all the weathered runes, unfortunately, for this Sakura team. If not, you are dead. So having Paper White in the team, that makes 3 perennial elves in your team, so that gives you that tumbler effect. Right, so the tumbler effect, Ether can't really kill you in 1 hit, right, leaving you 1 HP every time, unless she double attacks. Right, so at this point of time, you must dissolve all weathered runes. Right, any weathered runes left on the board, that's gonna be how much more of an attack she's gonna launch. Right, leave 1 weathered rune, she's gonna attack you twice, and that's gonna kill off your Sakura team as well. So Tumbler's not gonna save you at that point of time, so make sure to dissolve all those weathered runes on the board. So one tip I can give is that if you find yourself missing 1 color, like you are unable to dissolve that 1 weathered rune, right, just finish your spin and then knock that weathered rune off the board. Right, so that's gonna get rid of that weathered rune. Right, yes, you will get like damage from it, but at least you survive. Okay, so here is gonna be a bit of a grind, I think, because I'm having very little Heart Rune and Sky Drop. Right, so for Sakura team, it's not really that much of an... The Sky Drop can actually be calculated. Right, so if you dissolve water, fire, earth, right, you're gonna get fire Sky Drop. If you dissolve heart, light, dark, then you're gonna get Heart Rune Sky Drop. Right, if you dissolve both, if you dissolve all colors, that's the best, because you get both fire and heart Sky Drop. So at this point of time, I think I'm dissolving very little dark runes as well as light runes and heart, right, which is why you see that there's not much heart runes dropping, but just fire runes. Okay, so I think this is the last spin. Yeah, that giant overheal that takes down that last chunk. Right, so next, this is the more troublesome stage, right, for Sakura. Try not to take too long, try not to drag out this battle, and take Ether down as fast as possible. So we have a full mark board. Upon dissolving mark runes, you get your team damage debuff. Right, in this case, the first round is definitely gonna now your team attack. Right, so you pretty much will take at least maybe 2 to 3 turns, but at most 3, right, to get rid of, you know, whatever mark runes there are on the board. Right, so give and take maybe 3 turns. Right, at this point of time, I could have just go for one more turn of spin to remove that water and light runes from my board. I find that, okay, if I stay any longer, Ether here might do a double hit, right? So that's gonna kill off my Sakura team. So I decided, okay, I'll just leave that 2 mark runes on the board. I'll try not to dissolve it and try to get rid of Ether now as fast as possible. Right, so this is where I find that the Cactus, Paper White, and Andromeda active skill is gonna come in very, very handy, because it's gonna really accelerate the battle, right, so as to not get double hit at this stage. So as I mentioned earlier, Sakura team damage is relatively low, right, because she's not meant to be a high bursting kind of gameplay, right? So by having Cactus and Paper White, it kind of buff up the overall damage output for Sakura, so we can actually bypass this chaos stage, right, thankfully. Right, and that's going to take down Ether. So I think after you clear Ether, you are pretty much done with the whole battle, right? Because we have Zeus here, which is battle 9, giving you a debuff, 5-turn debuff, where you can only deal damage and recovery if you do 8 combos or more. Shouldn't be a problem for Sakura team, right? And then relatively low HP as well, and that's going to take down Zeus in 1 hit. Okay, so we have a different skill for Chaos now, right? Not the typical nice seal. Right, so it's going to dissolve away, I think, Dark Runes. No. Water? What did it dissolve just now? Okay, it dissolved a rune to kind of increase the defense of the right body part, right? So that doesn't really matter, because all you have to do is take down the left body part here. Right, so take note of the 2-second movement time here and spin very, very carefully. Right, so at this point of time, you're going to have your skill lock, as well as a skull from the body, which is not really an issue because you have a tumbler effect, right? So what you are concerned with now is the right body part, which is at CD3. Upon reaching CD1, it's going to self-destruct, minusing 100% of your HP. Right, so 3 turns for you to do it, so it shouldn't be a problem, because Chaos main body isn't really going to kill you because of your tumbler effect. So 3 turns, take down the right body. Right, so next, we have the main body of Chaos, which is going to give you 3 columns of dark upon transforming. What other word can I use? Right, upon reaching his last body. So you might want to use Nyx, right? A lot of people might mistakenly use Nyx at the monochrome first HP bar, right, upon encountering Chaos. Right, you can do that as well, but I prefer using Nyx at Chaos final body, right, so as to get rid of the 3 columns of dark. So that's going to be a big pain in the ass if you wanna, you know, do damage to Chaos, because of that amount of dark runes on the board is gonna do a lot of hindrance. Right, so next you can see I do a compulsion, which I don't think that is really necessary, right, to get rid of all the dark runes. Right, so here I can comfortably spin all the rest of the colors, right? That triggers Andromeda as well. So you can see the damage for Sakura even with the buff, right? It's not gonna be one-hit killing Chaos anytime. So at this point of time, it's gonna be grind. It's gonna be a grind fest, right? So you want to do a simple stack like this to dissolve the dark runes to prevent over accumulation of dark runes on the board. Right? That's gonna be trouble if you let that happen. Right? As mentioned, Sakura, yes, there's tumbler effect for you to survive, but any double hit whatsoever, that's gonna take down the Sakura team as well. So here you can see I'll be doing a lot of stacking every turn to get rid of dark runes, right? And then that's gonna be grinding for the rest of the HP bar. So Sakura team, one of the more it's an achievement team, yes, because it fulfills 2 achievements in one go, in which a lot of people would really want to go for that choice because nobody really wants to play Chaos Ultimate Stage like 3 times. But honestly, I feel that they should have nerfed Aether's Overheal Shield because I think that's too much HP. I find that it's just a bit overwhelming for most of the teams out there. Like, I feel that more teams could have cleared this Chaos Ultimate Stage if it wasn't for Aether's Overheal Shield. Right, just my opinion at this point of time. Right, so here you really have to pray for Sky Drop, right? Get as much fire and heart runes as possible, right? Which is why I activate Sakura at this last point, at this last part, which I have no idea why, because the next spin is pretty much gonna kill Chaos. So there is really no reason to on Sakura's active skill. Right, so anyway, that's the strategy, right? For my strategy at least, for Sakura team to clear Chaos. So a few battles to note: Feign 2nd HP bar, Aether's Overheal Shield, right? As well as the full mark board and potential double hit stage. And of course, the last body of Chaos, which is a grind fest. So achievement unlocked: Leader Ally Elf, using a team consisting of 3 or more attributes cleared, right? And that's how you're gonna rapidly clear the achievement to get your Honor material. So it's a long battle, right? And it's not an easy battle as mentioned. So hopefully you guys can get your revenge on Chaos this time, right? Grab at least a copy so you can maybe use it for future battles. So for me, I did a Harpy for Chaos all the way to skill 15 because I'm simply too lazy to farm. Right, so with this, that's all for this video. Right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.